Welcome back. Welcome to Tarot to a T. Cheers. Thank you for joining me. Today I'm going to do a bonus reading for April 2022. We're still in April 2022, aren't we? I think we are. Anyway, I'm going to do a bonus reading, I think, for the sign of Aries. If you haven't joined me before, thanks for joining me today. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, that would really make my day. After all, we do these, not just me, but tarot readers, we do this for you. And so we want to know that we're appreciated, right? And it helps keep the channel going. So if you don't mind, and of course if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. But let's see what's going on with Aries. So I'm going to deal a little abbreviated spread here just to kind of see what's going on as a bonus for April, and then we're going to deal some cards of advice. So this is probably not going to be quite as long as my regular monthly readings. Let's put this over here so we don't have a fire. We have a fire sign. We do not need a little bonfire on the table, right? Actually, I put it over here. Okay. Aries, what's going on with you, Aries? Oh, okay. You had some new doors open, or pathways, or new opportunities, and you're moving forward. I like that. Ten of Spades. You had some kind of shake-up here, honestly, with this Ten of Spades. We'll get into that in a second. And the King of Clubs. Okay. So it looks like you had some kind of major ending, honestly. Ten of Spades is kind of like your Tower card, honestly. Ace of Spades in cartomancy is actually more like the Tower card. But this is very, very similar. It's almost on the same level. It's like a completion. You know, complete squared, if you want to put it that way. There was some kind of bad luck, or yeah, like a unfortunate twist of fate. Unfortunately, some kind of ending that honestly wasn't favorable in and of itself. But what I'm excited about is you have these new pathways open, new doors open, probably because of this ending. Like, I'm sure you've heard people talk before about tower moments. So tower moments can literally be the crumbling of a tower, and all you're left with is the foundation. However, that implies that you have something to rebuild on, right? So you got to look at it this way, because this Six of Clubs here is seriously about paths are now clear for something even better. This could be in any realm, honestly. This could be spiritually, financially, emotionally. It could mean new romantic relationships, new friendships. It kind of deals with the more people aspect of it. That's why we talk about the relationships with this Six of Clubs. This Eight of Hearts, though, is also nice, because this is about being social. This is like going to fun parties and hanging out with cool people, and could even be family, honestly. It doesn't have to be romantic. It's more about friendships and just like positive vibes all around. It also could talk about a positive change in your work situation, which could be what this was. Again, this is like really, really bad luck. Like something just literally was pulled out from under you. Okay, Aries. Now this Queen of Clubs. This is a more mature male energy or male person. This could be you, because it's also a fire sign. Honestly, I'm starting to feel like it's you. At least that's what I'm getting. Because they only have one person out here. And that would make a lot of sense that Aries, you would show up. This person has very high morals and standards. And they're very generous and trustworthy. They're all around a good person. And they're a good confidant. They have like good reasoning and judgment skills. So perhaps something ended and maybe you put an end to it based on that good judgment. It could have been in the work realm because we were seeing a little peek here of something to do with work, right? Now with this Three of Spades, again, this is about completions and certain types of partnerships. It definitely could be a work thing. It could also be like more than one party involved. This is also the card of extreme physical stress. I'll be real with you. A lot of discomfort, a lot of worry. Yeah, whatever ended here, it was really taking a toll on you. It was heavy. I think maybe you walked away. Honestly, yeah, I'm seeing, and I know I keep saying the word honestly, for some reason that just keeps coming up. I think you had to be honest with yourself. Something was just like really not good for you. I want to say it's a work situation. I'm totally feeling that. And now you have like all this stress off of you, so it's good times. And you're moving ahead. You're moving ahead down this open path. New open doors. Ah, here we go. You had a tower. Almost like an epiphany. I heard epiphany when the second I picked this up. You had an epiphany. You had to make a drastic move. But like I said just a second ago, this is about building on foundations. It doesn't matter that everything's gone. It can be rebuilt. Anything in this world can be replaced, except people. And in some levels, I don't know what your beliefs are, but we never truly disappear. I'm starting to recognize that myself. We transform. And this is definitely about the card of transformation. It's new starts because it's an ace. It's starting over at the beginning. I think you walked away from some kind of work situation. And I think it was really taking a toll, but it was just so overwhelming and so stressful. You had to take control. This kingly energy, not only is it this male energy with all these wonderful traits, but it's also, to me, these kings represent taking control. For sure, they just kind of like step in and say, I'm the boss. I rule over this area of my life, and I'm going to take back control. I think you kinged up. Nice. Let's see what your cards of advice are, though. Okay, you got some natural changes coming in, and it's going to restore some balance. So we got 5 of clubs, 2 of clubs. I like clubs. Clubs are good. 7 of diamonds. This is talking about some abundance or some kind of finances. And another change card. Look at that. Well, obviously, if you made radical, drastic moves, it's going to bring in some changes. Let's talk about this clubs here. So this is about the need for major change. Duh. We were just talking about that. Renovation. Like changing your living situation, not necessarily moving out of a house, but just like the way you live. You know what I mean? It's also about like breaking up some kind of rut that you were in. You just had to get out of this rut. So whatever moves were made here, this is going to bring about these natural changes. I'm also going to talk about the spades here since we're on the same subject. This is termed by the person I learned about cartomancy from, the breakup artist. And you had a major disruption, obviously, in routine and lifestyle. And that's what these two cards talk about: renovation and breaking it up. It could also talk about surprise events. Maybe you weren't sure you were going to do this. Maybe you were on the fence a while and then you just came to a breaking point. Yeah. Yeah, the stress point. You know, with the stress point, when it tips over into too much, it breaks. Yeah. Yeah, that's what this is about. Gosh. Man, I'm glad you got out of it. Because what it did is it restored some balance. If you were being overworked, I know how it is when you're just like working to death and you don't have like time for yourself, you know, extra energy for other things that you're trying to accomplish in your life, and or even energy for other people. But this is the card of getting that balance back. So I think the advice here is saying expect these changes and expect this balance to, if it hasn't already gotten back, it's going to creep in. You're going to get this balance and harmony back in your life. This is also a card that talks about, it's the talking card. So it talks about communication. You might need to communicate with somebody. I don't know, if you left a job suddenly, there's probably someone that needs to know, or I mean, if you live with them, obviously they know. I was just getting kind of like, you need to communicate with somebody and let them know what your situation is, so maybe, I don't know, maybe they could help you until you get back on your feet, if it was that sudden. Because this next card right here is about being careful how you spend money. So maybe you kind of left, that's what I'm picking up. That's why I keep stopping. I think you left something in a haste. You walked away from something in a haste. And now you kind of have to watch your spending, which actually makes a lot of sense. It's basically like saying don't take any more huge risks, because I think you took a risk here on some level, but it had to happen. So don't regret what you did, but be careful. Be careful now that you're in this like better situation mentally, not being overworked, but be careful. Yes, card of completion. This is also the card of a loss. So, yeah, I think you probably had some kind of disappointment on some level. Even if it was something that you felt you had to do, it was still a disappointment because it was forced upon you. You were like, trapped in some way, kind of in a corner. Although that card hasn't shown up, it might show up in a second here if I pull another one. But this was so necessary, it's not even funny. This is such a clear reading. It is. I mean, it's just like, I like it when it goes like this, because I feel like I'm a better reader when I can be very concise and clear. Three of clubs. Three of clubs is again about completions and about other people being involved, because this is also the card of a little bit of struggle. I'm not saying knock down arguments or fights, but there's going to be some struggle. There's like some fallout from this. Perhaps you are going to be struggling, maybe financially, because you kind of walked away from a source of income. If that fits your situation, take it. Okay? But I think that's to be expected. I mean, I don't see as you had any choice. This is saying to me that you made the right decision. There's so many clubs on the table, and cards of change, and cards of endings. It's like it's all par for the course. I think I'm going to leave it there because I don't see how we're going to get much else besides you're going to get back to this balance, and that's the important thing to know. But you need to be careful right now, at least, with how you spend money, because the diamonds is more or less like the pentacles. So if you watch traditional tarot readers, they will talk about pentacles as being part of your abundance or your income or your money. It has to do with those matters, right? So just be careful. Don't take any unnecessary risks, because you made a bold move here and you bossed up, and now you're a king of clubs. And that's a good place to be. This is great. Okay, Aries. Hit the subscribe button so you'll know when my next reading comes out. Those May readings will be just around the corner. We're already, halfway through the year. Can you freaking believe it? Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you soon.